Flan Barfus warned me about that. Your calls will make such a pretty altar.
With Garuda's recent proto-film release titled Vena and what little involvement she has in the grand scheme story of the chapter Jade Shadow's Constellations, after the new update I have rarely found any YouTubers covering this beautiful warframe. I have played Garuda for a decent amount of time and I dare say that I have made a perfect collection of builds that are very comfortable and very easy to play. No matter what type of skill you have playing Warframe, no matter if you're new or veteran, I'm gonna have a collection of 3 builds alongside their synergies that I have found so that you can have fun and enjoy this beautiful Warframe. Now, let's cover her abilities alongside her passive. So, her passive. Garuda's damage temporarily increases with each enemy she kills to a maximum of 100%. This is multiplicative with any sort of damage type in the game and any damage source in the game. Combining this with Roar equals a lot of damage. Slashes with her talons if no melee weapon is equipped. This means that you can use her beautiful, gorgeous, actually useful talons as a melee weapon if you don't have a melee weapon equipped. Honestly, you should only use this for thematic and roleplay purposes. Her first ability, Dread Mirror. Garuda lunges at the enemy, stealing their heart and life force from them, and putting up the Dread Mirror. This mirror absorbs any incoming damage, no matter where, as long as you aim in the direction and the boundaries of the mirror. Above the mirror, you're gonna see a heart. This is the heart that Garuda stole. Alongside this heart are some damage numbers. If you hold down the first ability while you have this heart on, you're gonna charge up the heart upwards of hundreds to millions of damage, maybe even damage cap, and then you're gonna throw it when you let go onto the enemy. The speed at which the heart charges up the damage scales with ability casting speed and as well as strength and as well as the original 10% health of the enemy that you stole from. So for example, if an XMS enemy has 1 million, you're gonna steal 100,000 damage. This is Garuda's bread and butter nuking ability. It is slower than most nuking abilities in the game, but if you do a proper build, like the one I'm gonna show you, it's not gonna really matter. You are completely immune to the knockdown state, so you do not need prime sure-footed, but the only aspect that you should keep in mind is to keep on your Dread Mirror at all times with Garuda. If somehow, someway your Dread Mirror is off, you're probably gonna die no matter what build I give you, and yeah, just keep your first ability on at all times, seriously. Garuda's second ability, Blood Altar. This ability is usually the helmet slot for Garuda, as all other options are kinda needed for the build that I'm going with. I subsume this later on for Nourish, and I will explain my reason why, but let's just explain the ability first. Garuda lunges at the marked enemy like her first ability, Dread Mirror, but instead of taking the heart from them, she impales them with the Blood Altar. You can have up to 3 impaled enemies and Blood Altars at the same time. The radius scaling with range, and what the ability does is that it siphons health from said enemies, makes them invulnerable for no matter what damage they take, they're not gonna be damaged, and it siphons health for you and your allies, scaling again with range and strength. Garuda's third ability, Bloodletting, is the bread and butter energy sustain of this build. You can cast it up to 2 times depending on how much health you have, which damages yourself all the way down to 2 health. Upon casting, Garuda does a spin, giving energy sustain depending on ability efficiency and strength. Garuda's fourth ability, Seeking Talons. Upon casting, Garuda floats up in the air and fires a cone-shaped area of talons towards the enemies, priming them with slash status and scaling with slash status chance. This can be combined with Nourish to prime them both with viral and extra slash damage. This ability scales with ability strength and range. Her augment, Blending Talons, is essential to this build as it allows you to fire the talons in an area around you instead of aiming it at a specific angle. Note that if holding down this ability button, you will be invulnerable for the casting period, allowing you to shield gate or maintain extra survivability for a few more seconds. Okay, now let's check out the builds that I have come up with here today. This is the base star chart build. Non-steel path. Yeah, this build does not survive steel path that well. I've tried it and yeah, I didn't really get it to work. And well, because this is not the reason that I'm making this video. I'm making this video for the endgame build, but whatever. So, pretty basic stuff here for any beginner in the star chart. You got Dreamer's Bond, everyone has access to this. You got Equilibrium, which is essential at this point. Fast Deflection for faster shield gating, because this build is not really good with the setup that I do, you can heal with your Blood Altar, sure, but it's not going to be the best thing ever. Precision Intensify to make your priming with the Seeking Talents way better. As you can see, it's at 100% chance. Blending Talents so that you can be on the move more with the 4th ability, with shield getting and stuff. Flow for 100% extra energy max. Stretch for 45% extra ability range for the nuke from her 1st ability. And better range on the Blood Altar and, the Seeking Talents as well. Continuity for better duration for the Dread Mirror. And Streamline for better ability efficiency if you're gonna keep spamming a bit more. This is the beginner Star Chart build, as I said. Now for the mid-game build without any primed mods. Pretty self-explanatory. It uses adaptation. I don't know if adaptation could be considered mid-game or not, but I'm sure it's fine. It's basically the same thing, but with Augur Reach and Blind Rage. If you don't have Blind Rage, just use any other strength mod. I actually recommend Orbital Intensify, I believe, but then you're gonna have to delete Precision Intensify, and so you're gonna have one more free mod slot. Molt Reconstruct, Molt Augmented, if you can afford them, in mid game, but these are not needed in this build. Now for the end game build, the one that we're all here for. Okay, let me explain how it works. So, as you saw in the clip at the beginning of the video, you lunge at an enemy with Dread Mirror, nourish, then Bloodlet until you're at max energy. Then you come here with Seeking Talents, and then you just spam it twice until you heal fully, and then yeah, that's your survivability and all your buffs on very quickly. To nuke, you're just gonna hold down the 1st ability, bam, throw it at them, whatever, charge as much as you want. Okay, now let's see the mods. Brief Respite. This is for shield gating. It's just an extra layer of survivability. It's gonna be good. Blending Talents, essential. Stretch for range. Umbral Intensify instead of Precision Intensify and any other sort of strength mod, combined with Transient Fortitude. Primed Continuity to offset Transient Fortitude's loss of duration, then Primed Flow for as much energy as you'd ever need. Overextended for the most range we can get without Augur Reach, because I'm not using Augur Reach on this build. This is offset by Molt Augmented at R5, because Molt Augmented at R5 gives you plus 60% ability strength combined with Overextended. It basically makes Overextended a free 90% ability range. Then quick thinking, this is the mod that allows you that even if you somehow get knocked down and dying, your energy from your 751 energy pool is a very, very, very good tanking method until you can get up back on your feet and regenerate your health and energy with Bloodletting and Molt Reconstruct. And yeah, that is the build. For weapons, you could generally use anything you want. Usually I use the Burston or the Ceto Prime, because the Ceto Prime is my favorite weapon so far. Epitaph Prime for, priming. Praetus for parkour velocity and such. I like this more. Something I do recommend in this build heavily is getting the Madurai School for the sling strength and the power transfer. And for your companion, you could either use the Doriga with a Vergless Prime, so you need the Nautilus Prime for this, or you could use a Hound if you have unlocked the Sisters of Parvos, which I'm assuming by endgame you already have. Yeah, that is the build. Please like and subscribe if you want more of this, and I'm gonna show you some more cool gameplay. Enjoy. And also, one last disclaimer, I'm sorry, I have two casting speed shards, 25 and 25 equals 50, combined with the Madurai, that is 100. So yeah, that is just a quality of life for Garuda. Honestly, you don't really need any casting, you don't need any Archon shards on her. I don't really have anything on this build except these two, but the build will generally be perfectly fine without any of these shards. So yeah, enjoy.